Hey guys, what's going on? So it's a couple days from our Delta trip when we were just out there, and I noticed my truck was kind of making a weird noise coming from the front end. Sure enough, one of the wheel bearings is bad, so we're gonna go ahead and replace that and also do a quick brake job. So I'm no mechanic, but I figured we would document the process, kind of see what it entails, and kind of show you guys what I was looking for and how I kind of figured it out. Pretty bad. So we'll get right into it. So it kind of started off as just kind of like a light grinding noise. I thought maybe I was kind of due for brakes and just brakes in general. So I thought maybe that's what it would be. And then it kind of progressed into a kind of like a droning sound. And then it got really bad. This is all over the course of like 2 or 3 days. I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, but this is the play that we're dealing with. So I mean that tire's probably 20 minutes away from rolling down the road and me watching it. So I'm glad we caught it when we did. All right, so we got the wheel off over there. Got the old rotor. Nothing too crazy with that. The only thing that was kind of different than normal, they have just a little pin to keep the rotor on the hub. But yeah, we're gonna try and figure out how to get this off. I think it's probably gonna be similar to kind of like a boat or trailer wheel bearing, where you got to pop this kind of cover off the end, and that'll probably expose the nut underneath. And then I'm just hoping to God it's not like welded on from the heat of the bearing blowing or whatever. So we'll kind of go from there. And we got the nice fresh one right here, slap right on. So hopefully it's not too hard to do. All right, we got the axle nut off. That was I believe a 36 millimeter socket to get that off. So kind of a special tool. But it's all downhill from here, so. All right, we got that old hub off. Thing is completely seized, and it kind of looks like a little bit of rust got in the backside of it maybe, so maybe part of the reason it failed. Little shield here still looks like it's in good shape, so we're just gonna get the axle kind of prepped up and start getting some of the stuff put back on. All right, we got our hub and bearing installed there. We got a ABS line going back up, hooked up into the truck, and got some brakes and rotors we're gonna throw on, and this thing should be done. All right, got the nice fresh rotors on there, some pads. All I gotta do is torque that axle nut and get that tire mounted up and just finish the other side. But I almost crashed out, and I realized that little shield that goes on the back side of the rotor was actually backwards, and there was no other way to fix it other than to go all the way back in and start over and flip it around 180 and do all that stuff. So I added about 30 minutes to this this job just because of that, but looks like we should be wrapping it up now. All right, got the truck all dialed in. I'm not much of a mechanic. That was a little bit of a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. It took me probably 3 hours for that job, but we did it ourselves. I think with the hub and the brakes, it was like a little over $300. So nothing too crazy, and at least we got that out of the way. Don't have to deal with it later. But yeah, I like making baits. I like tinkering with guns and stuff, but I don't know, when it comes to cars, it's not the same for me. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.